programming on the robot of itself. So now it is time for us to say goodbye to the electronic circuit board, the printed circuit board PCB, because we're going to box it up. We're going to box up the robot brain so it looks nice and pretty and cool. So it's going to go into this casing, which has, you can see IR1, IR2. So that's for the two infrared sensors. The sockets are going to fit in there. So let me just show. Yeah, so when I put it in, these two sockets, one, two, they're going to go in there. And then for the touch center, that's going to fit in there. And on the other side is where you're going to have Moto 1, Moto 2, and Moto 3. So this is the casing that the PCB is going to go into the bottom, and then I'm going to put the battery pack. The battery pack is going to fit onto the top. Yeah, we'll clamp that in so you can get power. Okay, but really this PCB, this is what has this is where all your instructions, all your code, it's sending information to the PCB, and it's dealing with the inputs. The inputs from the sensors and the outputs from and outputting to the motors accordingly. Really incredible stuff, and all of it is really actually happening. Those little black pieces you see in there, those are the integrated circuit boards, ICs, integrated circuits. Those little bits there, they're the mini micro electronic circuit boards on a circuit board, and they are the brains. So let's do this thing. I didn't show you the speaker, and that's actually the first thing we're gonna put in. So let me open this out of the packaging, and we are going to put the speaker in. That's the first thing we need to do, is connect the speaker to the PCB. So I'll do that. I actually need to flip the board onto the other side. I didn't actually show you these two Molex connectors before. One is for the speaker, so this one is where the speaker is going to go into, and then this one, well, how does all of this work? What does it need? It needs power. So that's where the battery, the power is going to come in to power up the board from the batteries. That's what this smaller Molex connector is for. So let me go ahead and put in the speaker, and you can see it has these little bits sticking out here. That helps to get the whole thing to fit in. So I'm just going to push that in there, and it snaps in perfectly, and there you have it. Okay, so I have the speaker connected there. And one of the things I want to say that's really good about the Clementoni RoboMaker system is that the speaker is actually on board your central module. This is what when we talk about a central module, it's this piece here. So the speaker is on the central module, and the benefit of that is that you actually hear the sound on the robot of itself, and that's not something that happens with the Lego kit. Taking a sip of my coffee there. Before I continue, I just showed you. Can I show you this? This is not. This is bad practice. I shouldn't show you this. No liquids near your electronics. But I'm doing it very safely. You're not allowed to do it. But I just thought I'd show that cup there. I got this cup as a Christmas gift. Secret Santa, and it's a good one. Yeah, it speaks for itself. Okay. You will not be one of those 4 out of 3 people, will you? You will not be one of those 4 out of 3 people once you're a member of Raymondson Robotics Club. Yeah, you won't be one of those 4 out of 3 people. Okay, right. So now that we have the speaker in, the next bit we're going to be doing is to actually put the I actually want to put the it into the central module, and let me just make sure I get this right. We're going to take it in there, and that's the bit I actually need to be lining up. That those are for the motos, and those are the motos down there, so I'll get that down sorted. Okay, you can see on the other side, if I wanted to do it from the other direction, which I can, this is how it has to fit. You can see that the two connectors for the infrareds and for the touch center, and they line up quite nicely. Okay, so I'll go ahead. It's just me. I'm doing it here, and I'll fit that in. Fits in really easy. It just slides down into the case. So just slid it down into the case, and there you go. That's the circuit board resting there. And what I can show you is we'll get it to fit perfectly in a moment. Do I have it there? Yeah. Well, I want to show you when it's resting. You can see now that you have motor 1, 2, 3. You can see the connectors in there to go in there, and also you can start seeing the buttons fit. So everything just fits perfectly in this plastic container. And when you get into really advanced stuff, because remember, this is about making your robotics look good. You can actually set up a robot and build a robot, and it'll operate perfectly fine without putting anything in this central module. But this central module, what is it beneficial for? It has all the, this is what you use. These are the mounts for all the other robotics pieces. So it actually helps you to connect it and fit it on to your robotics build. In advanced work, what you'll want to do in your design, you can build these things from scratch, 3D printing. Yes, something to look forward to in coming years. We can actually build all these components from scratch, design it on your 3D software, and then print it out, and you have that there. Okay, okay, right. So we have the speaker in. I need to put the speaker in its right position now. You'll see here you have the grill. That's space for you to hear the sound. If I put it on the other side, I have no space for the sound to come out. It's just going to be blocking the sound. So it has the grill built in there. And let's just fit the speaker in there. Okay, right. So you have, or I have the speaker. You can see the speaker in there. I am a robot. Yeah, maybe we'll get something like that. You'll need a sampling module for that to record the audio, and yeah, we'll talk about those things. Okay, not that you can't necessarily pull it off on this particular board. I haven't checked, to be honest, but I don't think so. We'll find out. But that's something we'll do in future. Okay, right. So you can see the speaker is in position. Molex connected, speaker, and it's fitted into its slots. It's not going to come out there. And once we have the speaker in, because that's it. That's actually it. This is all that goes into the box. The speaker is connected to the PCB board, and then what we need now is just a battery. We need to get the battery in. So I need to. Here's my battery pack. Okay, so you have a battery pack. We have the connectors. Positive and negative there going into a Molex. Molex is brilliant for connectors. So the Molex is there, and I need to. Do I have this right? Let me just get this thing set up right. It's just these all the Molex just makes sure everything fits together nicely. Oh, I didn't do a good job there, because you couldn't see. I was seeing it, but you couldn't see it on the camera. Okay, right. So that's the Molex there. So okay. Now we want to pin the Molex in. Whee! I could get it in there. Just push it in. I'll get it in. Don't worry. This is why sometimes we need some of these things for adults. And it helps with it's the manual stuff. Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't quite. The only way you get better at these things is just by doing it a lot, really. And I'm not doing a very good job here. This is one of the reasons that we assemble these before. But don't worry, I can dismantle one, and if you want to do one of these assemblies at a club one day, that's perfectly fine, because it's just a matter of That's the beauty of what we do. We can build it and we can dismantle it and build it again. It's about seeing how things work. That's really important. You learn from that, not just having things hidden inside a box. Okay, right. So you can see I have it in now there. Those are your two connectors. The battery port is connected, yeah, and then the to one Molex and for power, and then the speaker is connected to the other Molex up there. Okay. Now that we have those two in, it is a matter of putting the battery port at the top. So I need to fit it in, and even if I try, you can see if you try to force it this way, it's not going to fit. The wires are not long enough, and if you're doing it, you would feel it. So actually, it needs to turn this way, and that's really important because it's going to give space. It's designed to create that space for the speaker. Yeah, it has that space so the speaker can fit in, and then it clamps on the left hand side. And all these things, you'll hear me using that word design a lot because it is so important getting the right design. Now I just need to fit this into the spaces, and I'll do that. And what you have, again, design, you have these two clamps. They're just going to click in here, okay? So they have to go into the spaces there, and we'll be in a good position. And then I have two on the other side. So it's getting click, 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 click. That's what you're looking for. And I'll get those. So I'll put in those two first. You see, went down in there, got it in, okay? So I know those two are fitting in. And then I'll go forward, push this back a bit, almost there. You're gonna get your click, click, click. Sorted. Okay. And I did say sorted, but can you spot something that's wrong here? Is my light good? Yeah, I think it's all right. It's not perfect, working. Let me bring down my light a bit better. Does that improve anything? No, it does not. Yeah, I need to work on my lighting, but I'm not happy. Can you tell me? Let me turn this. Can you tell me? I think you can see it. Can you see why I'm not happy? I hope you can see. Yeah, you see that little the wire sticking out there. My finger is blocking it. The wire sticking out there. That's no good. That's no good. So that means I need to take this back out. Now, how do I take it back out? And this is where we're having an adult to help you out is always useful. I will bring in my friend, the screwdriver. Here is a micro screwdriver. Useful to have these things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click these back out. I like my click, yeah? So I'm going to get that one out. And that's just electronic interference there. We don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna click these back out. So let me get in here. Okay. Push, click, and at the bottom there, click. So that's back out there. And technique is important in these things, so you don't break it. That's having an adult is useful. Okay. Right. So I'm gonna just do this slightly differently. And actually, what was happening, you can see what was happening there. It had the cable. This cable goes through the Molex onto it's soldered on. One day you will do soldering. Can you see that there? Yeah, it's soldered on. One day we'll get into that. That's so you can see how we build. What you want to get to the stage where you'll actually put together a lot of these things from scratch for yourself. But that's not the beginning really. Got to get experience with all the plastic parts really. So we're going to solder that on. You will get to solder that on. That's connected to all the battery, the power connectors there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this down. You can see, pull that down. This one's a bit tricky, but yeah, I can pull it down so that it rests just below the plastic piece here. It's not as nice, neat as the red wire, but the black wire, once we have it underneath there, it should be fine. And this time when I put it in, I should not have the issue that I had before. Okay, so I pulled it down, and let's just get it in. Click, click, and the other clicks. Perfect. All my click is done, and now I'm happy. You can see, and I'll use the wire for it. I'm no longer have that issue about the wire sticking out to the side. So I'm happy now. Everything is in safe.